Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Plug In Your Mind. Today, I'm with my lovely co-host, Jay.
Hey, shout outs to everybody, man. Welcome.
And Chin, we still miss you.
Shout out to my sister Chin. Congratulations once again.
Yes, congratulations on your beautiful baby girl.
Blessing.
Yes, it is a blessing.
It
Rosie.
is.
Rosie's her name.
Rosie's a beautiful name. I like that. We said that same thing. Rosie.
Yes.
I love that. You know what I mean? And there's significance behind that because...
Yes, that's Chin's mommy's name.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So big up to Big Rosie and Liquor Rosie.
Which is big a senior and a junior. Yeah.
Blessings. I love it. Shout out to Chin.
Yes, let's get right into it.
All right. What do you got here, P? I see. What's the topic for today? I'm excited. What's going on? Popping the collar.
I hope you're sweating.
Just a bit.
Our topic for today is once unfaithful, always unfaithful.
Jeez. You're coming with those type of questions? Ho.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say no. You know what I mean? And the reason being is because, well, one, I fall into that category. Mm-hmm. So I have been in the past, before I begin. I love you, Chantel. In the past, I was unfaithful. Not to Chantel, but before I met Chantel. And I mean, for someone to hold that against me, like knowing my past, I mean, I don't think that's fair. So I don't think, and for that reason, I'm not saying that there's always a legit reason for being unfaithful. But in the situation I was in, I didn't know whether that person at that time was coming back because it was sort of a long distance relationship. So that person didn't give me any verification of coming back. So I was sort of like in the trap, right? And I have to say no, to be honest. You know what I mean? I truly believe that, you know, people can change. You know, that's just my take on that. I know we're going to get a little more into that, but P, you're giving me that look like what like you unfaithful bastard. Like
listen, I wish we were recording this live, like video live for you guys because you see all my facial expressions.
Jeez.
Woo! I'm gonna say no. I agree with you on that.
Can I get a high five?
You know, we're just human beings out here and we're bound to make mistakes.
We are.
And this unfaithful and once faithful, if you're a cheater and you're always going to be a cheater, I know there's a saying like that and that's how it goes. But if you're not ready, if someone is not ready to be with somebody, then they're not ready. Maybe they may be fooling themselves that they want to be in a relationship and that they need love, but maybe they need some time to heal for themselves.
Of course.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that they cannot commit. They cannot commit right now because they're not ready. You have to be ready to do anything in life.
Very true.
Anything in life.
Absolutely. Preparation is key, right?
Yes, definitely.
So I have to ask you, because there's a question that came to my mind. I was asking a couple of viewers.
Oh, viewers.
And
you always on the viewers. Hey, big up viewers.
Big up the viewers, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're always shouting out the viewers. We love them. But they come up with some good questions.
Okay.
So they're asking me to ask you and Chin. And by the way, Chin also says no.
Yes,
all right?
she did say no.
So we want to put that out there. Shout out to Chin for always taking advantage, taking action, and getting her feedback in there. But these viewers are asking me a question, and they want to know, what makes someone unfaithful?
Wow. That is big. That is really big.
You know what I mean?
I would say what makes someone unfaithful is their situation in their household or their situation with their significant other.
Yeah.
Now, it does take two to tango.
Yeah.
You don't do it by yourself.
That's right.
So there could be problems and issues that's going on in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think lots of those issues deals with communication.
Oh, the big C word.
Yeah, big C, capital C.
Let's get it.
Communication is really important. Not only in a relationship between a man and a woman, but in all relationships that you have with humans out there. It's very important. So I think when that communication is broken down, this is where you have issues. So communication and trust, these things build relationships. It trumps over sex. Like communication and trust, it trumps over that. If you don't have that's like basic in a relationship.
Of course.
Then your relationship would definitely crumble.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, that communication thing is very important. I'm not saying that it's okay to go and cheat, but I could see why people do it, because sometimes your household is so toxic. Sometimes your best environment is to be outside of your house. And sometimes it's so strange when you're going through things, no matter what it is, especially if you're going through a lot of things in your household, when you start, I'm not saying stepping out and doing things, but when you start going out, you realize that there are other people, and you find people who are probably going through the same thing and you can relate to. And sometimes you have a connection with another human being. And those things does happen because we are humans. We have these connections with other people, and it does happen, but it's for you to understand, where do you want to take it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a very deep question.
Yeah. You know, and I appreciate that, because I want the viewers, I know they asked a question, but I'm asking the question back to the viewers. For those who have not heard that question, let us know what makes one unfaithful. Because that made me think about some scenarios. So, P, do you mind role rehearsing with me?
Okay.
All right.
Let's see what you got, because you're always surprising me.
All right. I'm trying. You know what I mean? So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to throw some scenarios at you.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me, is it like, or you know what? Is it suspect, or is it nothing? Okay.
Okay.
Suspect as in, you know what? This person probably is being unfaithful to you, or
how do you determine that? It's just sometimes you have like an intuition and stuff like that.
So let's use your intuition.
Okay.
All right. So she gave me the people's eyebrow here. Like, jeez, take it easy, P. It hasn't started yet. All right. Scenario number one. Scenario number one. You're washing your husband's clothes.
Oh Lord God.
And you know, you go through the pocket seams, and you end up finding a piece of paper with a female's number. Suspect, or that's nothing?
God damn. I probably might question it. I probably would say, hey, I might just probably leave it there and say, hey, you forgot something in your pants pocket, and see what he says.
Okay.
I'm not gonna press it. You know why? Because sometimes, there's a saying. How does the saying go? Like, Me
it is.
I forgot how the saying goes. But anyway, I can't even remember.
Okay,
I'm like blank.
It'll come back to you.
But it's almost like, you don't want to go chook in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you may see something, but like, do you really want to go chooking? And find out what's going on? Because when that bus, patch, fighters like pop and thing, it could bite you,
Treaty version 2.0 right here, baby.
You could get bites.
Oh my goodness. It's true. You got to be mindful of those things. I know some people get very upset, and then some people are like, you know what? It's not that serious, right?
It's that feeling, you go in a pocket and you're just like, oh my gosh, and you have this, it's like maybe like this feeling and emotion just coat your body, and then you're feeling this thing in your stomach, and then you're probably like, for women, probably walking up and down, what I'm going to do, I'm going to crack him, like, when he wait until he come on,
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to want, let me just take a different approach, because when the man comes home and you're just jumping at him, he could have been at work for a long day and been stressed at work, and there you are coming at him. Maybe that conversation is not going to go so good. It's going to go down really quick.
Okay.
He's going to be like, I come home and this is what I come home to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even a cooked meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The man is hungry and he come home and the fridge empty and there's no food.
Of course. Those do happen. These are real stories, family. Scenario number 2. Okay. And I love that feedback, by the way, P. Scenario number 2, you're in the car with your man, and what happens is his phone's ring. He looks at his phone. You look at his phone. You see it's a female. He doesn't answer it while driving, right? But the person keeps calling. Let's call her, I don't know, Sheila. Okay. Sheila keeps calling. He's not picking up. You just looking at it, not picking up. Does that bring suspect to you, or is that nothing to you?
Well, if the person keeps on calling, maybe like something's up. Maybe the person's trying to actually really, really get in contact with this person. Who knows for what particular reason? Probably might think something, but be like, hey, look, hey, Sheila calling. You want me to pick up the call for you?
What if he says, no, don't worry about that?
Okay, well, it's his phone. I can't say nothing. I don't pay the bill. What you want me to do? Fight him for the phone?
Give me that phone. Give me that. Hey, some ladies will take that. Some ladies will answer that call. But I'm thinking, in a situation, do you Do you look at it so it's not really nothing serious, or is it just...
If the person's calling, yes. If he calls back the person and I ask him and I question him, but am I going to continue question? He's driving at the moment. I don't want to end up dead. So I probably ain't going to go press that situation in the car.
Of course. Wait till the car stops.
Yeah,
parked.
probably, and address that situation. Maybe it's not the right time.
Okay. Scenario number 3. Mm-hmm. You're in the grocery market.
I'm thinking that these scenarios have happened to you before, haven't? Probably this grocery market thing. Let me hear what's up.
Why did I freeze right now?
I don't know.
These are real situations though.
Yeah, they definitely are.
To be honest, none of these have happened to me, but just friends of mine. And I'm just putting them out there because, like I said, these are real situations, and I know that it's more common. But this one in the grocery market now, you run into your ex.
Okay.
So I run into, for example, my ex. I'm with Chantel, so I want you to make the analysis on this. My ex basically gives me a very profound hug. I'm a huggable guy. I like giving hugs. You know what I mean? Now, does this hug make you look at the situation as, okay, wait a minute, maybe that hug should not have been as deep, knowing that I'm in a relationship with Chantel? Like you're my co-host, you're my sister, but you see the situation. Like how do you perceive that?
I know you hug. You like you said, yeah, you're a huggable guy. I'm gonna give you a pass on that one.
Yeah, you're gonna give me a pass on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I know your character, and I know your character by now. Hopefully. Yeah. But yeah, no. I know who
we go
you
back.
are. I know who you are, Jay. So yeah, I would just give you a pass on that. I'm not even going to read into that much. It's just a hug, to be honest with you. And yes, some people say that, you know what, exes cannot be friends and they cannot be this and they cannot be that. Yeah. But they're a human being too. Why can't we just leave things in love and let it be and go about our way?
I agree. Yeah.
If you see the person, you still say hi. It's not like you don't know the person,
That's
you know?
True.
Yep. However you left your relationship it's in the past.
Yep.
You could have been like 5, 6, 7 years and you haven't seen the person and they're just happy to see you because they haven't seen you in so long,
Of course.
It's just a joyous thing to know that sometimes you go about your way and 10 years later down you see people that you haven't seen. Sometimes you see your ex, sometimes you see people that you were close with.
Yeah.
And it's nice. And you're just like, hey, you know what? You give them a hug and you brace them and you chop it up for a few minutes and then you leave.
Of course.
And you go about your way.
So then with that being said, this brings me to another question. P? Mm-hmm. You see your ex-boyfriend? Mm-hmm. He's about to get married. He says, P, I know we have our history, but I would love for you to attend my wedding. Do you go or do you not go? Knowing that this person has been unfaithful to you.
I probably wouldn't go because just in respects of the person that I'm with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go. Now, if I wanted to probably go, I probably would run that by the person I'm with. And if they said no, then cool, it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would be taking that person with me.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I definitely tell them where we're going and who it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if I was single and I didn't have somebody, I probably would go. Like, it is what it is. The person's invite me. Free food? Hell yeah. You damn right. Food go be there? I did. You know my belly long and I ain't always hungry. So, yes, definitely. Free food and some liquor. The bars be open. Sorry. Yeah. You know how it goes already.
Of course.
That occasion I would be on time for.
This came to my mind. A lot of us do this. And I always this is very controversial. So I want to get your take. And viewers, feel free to answer or comment below all the questions that I'm asking P. Because like I said, we like to stimulate your mind as well and get your feedback. Again, your opinion counts here.
Yes.
And speaking of your opinion, and P, your opinion, if you see someone, you're in a relationship, you see someone, that person is a very attractive person. Is that a form of being unfaithful? Seeing that you're in a relationship? Because people say, you know what? Yes, no. There's mixed emotions with that.
I would say no.
What's your take on that? No.
I'm going to say no.
You're going to say no. Okay, let me hear why you're saying no on this one.
Yes, I'm with somebody, but lots of times you walk around and you see somebody that your eyes just see, right?
Yeah, okay.
And you're like, in your head, that person's attractive.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're not thinking anything, well, let me go over there and pick up a number. Let me this.
Okay.
That's it. It's just what it is.
Okay.
Because the person, I'm a female. I'm definitely attracted to the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I see other people definitely that. Sometimes I see women and they look good too. I tell them they look good. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I'm just like, no. Why would it be like your man looks at someone, unless they're like, oh my God, that girl look good. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to think nothing, you know?
You're not pissed or anything. You're not like, oh, don't even talk to me or get in the cart.
When men are with their brethrens or whatever, they out. Of course, they see woman and thing. They must bust a little two thing. All right, that's normal.
Okay.
Once they ain't taking home and doing whatever, then, you know, people are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, right? But if that person feels that they're okay in what they're doing, then that's up to them, you know? So even though, yes, they're in a relationship, but if they want to step out and they want to do this and they want to do that, if they feel that that's right within themselves and they feel that they're whole or whatever and they feel good about themselves doing that, then I can't stop somebody from doing what they want to do, you know? I'm just me. I'm here, you know? And people are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day, regardless if you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship.
It's true. You feel like we're in a very high alert for insecurity with relationships today?
Most definitely. Yeah. Even with phones and stuff like that, it's so easy, you know. Why would you want to put insecurities in your head? Because when you're insecure as a person, all these other problems arise because you're always second guessing yourself. And one thing we know, when you have a problem with yourself, it's a battle with yourself. So you're battling with yourself, but when you start battling with yourself, then you start battling with other people out there. And nobody relationship is perfect. Yeah. There's not a perfect nothing out there in this world.
Absolutely. I totally agree. You know, I like to know, when is it, I know you mentioned earlier, it's a two-way street. When is it not a two-way street? Like, for example, I'm on Instagram or IG, and I see in my DMs, I have a request. I see maybe 4 or 5 Instagram models hitting me up on IG. You're smirking already. This story might sound familiar. You know what I mean? Brothers go through this.
People go through in people's DMs and
so,
people in DMs.
You know the whole DMs story, right? So. Yeah.
Direct message if you don't know what DMs is.
Yeah, there you go. So, like, is that a form of enticement when you see something like that and you're like, what the hell is all this? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like, is there any way it's not a two-way? Like, it's actually this guy's fault or it's actually her fault why I became unfaithful? Do you think there's any form of method that gets to that level, or is it just...
There is...
Because that's become an issue. Like, I see some guys that have
you know what?
Some issues with that.
Oh, with that being a two-way street.
Like, I delete mine. I delete those ones. I don't, honestly, I don't add them.
In your case, that's what you're supposed to do. So if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to delete the direct message. You should not be engaging in any form of way. You know what I'm saying? Or even dropping DMs in anybody. Yeah. You know? No DMs for nobody if you're in a relationship, you know? So that means you're not ready.
No engagement, right?
No engagement. Right. You're not ready. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready. If you're dropping DMs in IG models or hot gal out there, then you're not ready.
Okay, hold on. Before you continue that, yes. What if I would say, I'm gonna put myself in a situation. This is not a real story, but I'm just saying, just a poke at P's mind here, all right? So I'm going to give you guys first class edition of P's, what's happening in P's mind, starting now. So P?
Yeah.
I get a DM from an Instagram model. I say, hey, like, I know you requested me, but I think you're beautiful. Am I unfaithful to Chantel?
No, it's almost the same thing like when you see somebody and you think about it in your head. Because you're actually now saying it out.
I'm saying it,
yeah. You're probably, you know what?
So that's not bad then. I never said that, but
I don't think so either. It's just the thing. You see something, you say you're beautiful, you're pretty, you know that, and you keep it moving. Yeah. Sometimes I'm in the grocery and I'm not even looking half as decent, and a gentleman will come. I just wanted to say you're beautiful.
Yeah. We got to be careful. There's a lot of thirsty brothers out there.
Listen, you know. In my head, I know when it's coming. And I just be like, thank you. And I just keep it moving. No long talk, you know. I just keep it moving. Thank you. Yeah. You know?
And P, you know, I gotta, you know,
I just give stories when they come and tell me. I just give them a bag of things. Yeah?
Listen, and for all you listeners, I grew up with P. You know what I mean? And P is like one of my sisters who will be like, she'll be hoodie up one day, and then she'll be Miss runaway model, and then she's hooded up next day. And there's brothers who will talk to you. You know this, P. And you're hoodied up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, like, there's a lot of different type of brothers out there, right?
I ran into the grocery and let me just tell you, I ran into grocery, plain old Jane, normal, you know, real normal.
Yep.
And I run up in the grocery like 3-4 hours. I'm like, what's up with this brother? How come I'm on it? Like everywhere I go, he's there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So in my head, I was like, he better don't come ask me nothing, not even for my name, not even for my number. I don't want him come ask me any of those things. So I already put that out there.
Yeah. So you don't want to get, hey man, I'm digging your sweater.
Yeah.
None
of that.
Hoodies.
So
hoodies
I'm gonna put the line, and he approached me. So I was like, what do you want? Like, you know, I'm having a conversation with myself. So he's like, I just want to tell you you're beautiful. I was like, oh, thank you very much. Yeah. And I just left it like that, and I went about my way. That was that.
Do you ever ask them what's so beautiful about me? Like, you ever put them to the test?
One time I was at the gas station and I did. This guy was going off on me.
Yeah.
Like crazy. This older gentleman.
Yeah.
So I'm there chit and I was just like, oh. So I'm saying, you're so beautiful, you know, you're pretty, you're cute. So I'm like, what is cute anyways? And he's explaining to me. I was like, okay. So I said, listen, I don't have no time, you know, I'm married with 5 children. I don't have 5 kids. But he's like, no. He's like, yes, but you would ever think about having something on the side? I looked at him and I said, you know, all this long talking, you could have just pumped my gas with him. So why didn't you ask? I'm like, listen, sir, I don't really want anything, you understand? But thank you for asking. But all right, keep it going. And he's, well, you know what? I like that you were honest with me. You know, I was like, well, that's all I could have been with you.
Of course.
And he kept it moving.
Of course.
I told him I wasn't interested or whatever, and he was thankful about that.
Now, was this brother, could he pass to be like a father to you? Because you know,
probably like an uncle or something.
Like an uncle?
Yeah, an uncle or something.
I always ponder about that, like that whole age difference.
You know that man them.
Yeah, brothers, man. Keep it within close range to your age gap, please. But listen, this is plugging your mind.
Yeah, there is limits that you do and you don't.
Absolutely.
And it all depends on the person, you know? Mm-hmm. Because a gentleman says, you know what, yes, he may be married and say somebody, you know, tell a woman she's beautiful. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know.
You know, sometimes it's nice to hear compliments.
It is.
Sometimes a person is going through something and, you know, a man might say, hey, you know, you have a beautiful smile, you know?
Yeah.
And that would brighten up somebody's day. It doesn't mean it gets to their head, but you never know what they're going through. You're
right. But you know, Pete, not to throw another curveball at you, you got to be careful sometimes, because I used to do that. Like there's especially when I see a lot of sisters who are in their natural state.
Yeah.
I really commend that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can backfire. Like, okay, so you know, like they'll give me this googly eye look, like, you know, maybe there's a future relationship setting. And that can cause problems. Like, I mean, you know.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Some people don't know energy.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Come on. Just because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to read the energy. The energy is right there. Every human being that walks this face of there has energy. Anything living has energy. Oh, yeah. It's right there. So you could definitely see it. So you would definitely know when somebody's actually wanting to engage with you in a different sense, you know? Unless then they're rather just telling you that you're beautiful.
Yeah.
And keep it moving, you know?
That's a good point.
had to tell you that, you know? Yeah. Or you have lots of times people tell me I have beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
And you know how many times I've heard that throughout my lifetime?
Yeah.
A lot. And I keep on hearing it. Yeah. And all I say is thank you all the time. That's all I can say. And people are like, you know, I'm pretty sure that you have heard this.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm like, thanks, you know?
Of
and
course,
because it's a different human being coming to tell me the same thing. Yeah. You know? So I just say thank you and I keep it moving.
Of course. You know what I mean? No, I definitely respect that. Hey, P, final thoughts. Like, I mean, how do you conclude
final
this?
thought. Listen, my relationship is not perfect. I'm pretty sure Jay's relationship is not perfect either. You go through moments, ups and downs, but communication is very important in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And if you have insecurity as a man or as a woman, you need to address those, because those are your insecurities, not the other person's insecurities. Because then it's not going to be a healthy relationship, because you're always going to think that this person is always doing something when they're not doing something.
It's so true.
And you must know who the person you're with, right?
Yep.
So you must know whether, like if they're genuinely saying something to hurt you or, maliciously or whatever it is. So not all the time, your partner's out there doing wrong.
Yeah.
You could be damn well doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to just be mindful and know who you're with.
Yeah.
And fix your insecurities if you do have insecurities, because it's going to ruin your relationship.
Absolutely.
And people do change, People definitely do change. And if somebody's ready for something, especially for a relationship, they're ready for it. When they're not ready for it, they're just not ready for it. And sometimes you just have to let that person go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because they're just not ready to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And it's normal. And it's fine.
Yeah. I love that. I love that feedback. I co-sign to everything you said. I just want to add that I think more relationships in regards to communication is key. And I think that relationships should have a storyline. Build up a storyline. It's not always going to be about just sex. It's not going to always be about just our self-interest.
Yeah.
But building a story for your future. You know what I mean? I personally think about children. So when I think about that, with that being said, I would love to see when individuals get involved with relationships, that kid, like for example, I got in a relationship with Chantal because we have the same interest, and she is a replica of what I want my daughter to be like, right? And she looks at me the same way as what she would want her son to be like, just characteristics, right? And so I always try to implement that into other people to look into that from that perspective. Everyone's open-minded to their thoughts, but I think that when you're in a relationship with someone that you could see, that you can settle down with, and you could actually see, what, I would love for a mini you in that version. I think, that should definitely put to closure any form of insecurities or any doubts of being unfaithful or any discussion like this at all, to prevent topics like this being brought up in the future. So, I conclude on that matter. So it's very key that, building communication and just having that replica, that mini me, symbolic in regards to how you conduct yourself. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You are a representation to people who see you, but more importantly, you're a representation to your parents. And,
Yes, definitely.
And you got to keep that moving, especially in a positive direction.
Yeah, you're right about that. I love your final thoughts.
No, I love your final thoughts.
Thank you.
And with that being said, we're signing off.
Yes, we
Plug
are.
in your mind. It's been another great episode again.
Yes, indeed.
You heard it from me, Brother Jay, and my co-host sister,
P.
You know what I mean? And you guys have yourself a great day, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. Leave your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yes, guys.
All right, peace for now.
Take care.